watch till the end. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the like button. Keep watching. Huh. Do 37 days in 60 seconds. What is this now? What is this now? Is this a sweet potato? Oh, it's a sweet potato. After 35 days, it has produced what are these? Shoots that you can plant. Oh, put them in water and they produce roots. This is now something very interesting. You see, a friend of mine does these things here, and I see like he's getting crazy, and they turn out to be something great. Even plants stuff in water, and I'm surprised. It's not normal because this is just crazy. Good vibes, people everywhere. Much love to you if you're watching, man. See how this is interesting. Now I've understood something here. I've also learned something. Oh, this is very, very. Oh, this guy. Ah, they just came up. Oh, this is very interesting now.
For the last 2 years, I have been a Sufi, and I think it is time to share my knowledge with you. Now, as I've said in the last video, that this year's focus is going to be Islamic occultism and Arabic magic. Now, as within every single esoteric practice or occult practice, every single teacher in all of history will tell you that you need to conquer your mind first. Before you work with any jinn, with any angels, with any kind of spiritual being, you have to conquer your mind. Because you as a human, you're a vessel. You do not have your etheric self as your primary source of life. Your life comes from the breath you take in the vessel that you are in. That vessel, like a cup of water, can be tainted, can be filled with a different kind of liquid, can be shattered. You get the point. So until we reach the other side of life, in this side of life, as a vessel, you need to take some precautions. Starting with conquering your mind. We're going to read the Quran here in the 52nd verse. And we called him from the right side of the Mount Sinai and made him draw near to us for mystic converse. Now, the way that Moses conversed with God in mystic union is because the right side of the mount, which is the right side of the brain, was unhindered. Creative freethinker, sees big picture, intuitive, visualizes. His imagination was not hindered. I'm a jinn nation, you are a jinn nation, and to be able to conquer the jinn nation, you need to conquer the inner jinn. The Prophet ﷺ told us that shaitan lives in our bloodstream. This has been my main source of teaching, Ibn Arabi. I highly recommend him for those of you who are trying to get into Sufism. He has taught me so many things. In many forms of Islam, like Sunni Islam, Shia Islam, shirk is something that you put before God. La ilaha illallah, there is no God but God, meaning that there is only God and all is in God and God is all. That is the stance of those of the school of Ibn Arabi, the Sufis who follow the teachings of Ibn Arabi. This is exactly what he preaches, and this is the universal understanding of who God is. It is omnism at its best, it is monotheism at its greatest. Within this reality, all exists with God and nothing is apart from God, meaning that everything has God in it, and whatever path you choose is not a path separate from God. Also meaning that the magic that you practice is not apart from God either, so that removes you from shirk, because shirk, in the traditional sense, is relying on something that is not of God, but nothing cannot be apart from God. So if you assume that your magic is apart from God, then that is to be considered shirk. But there is nothing that is apart from him, because on a metaphysical level, on a quantum level, there is nothing but God. And in your magic, because everything is energy, there is no beginning nor end to energy. That means energy is the Alpha and the Omega, the Aleph and the Tav. They are the ones that are part of God. So technically, nothing is ever apart from God. It is all God, in him and through him all things. It is a lot to take on. That's why I said I highly recommend you pick up a book from Ibn Arabi, especially the book Know Yourself, Know Your Lord. That way you will be able to understand the reality, and you will never understand this man. He is way too deep for our generation. But going back to your number one focus, it is to conquer your imagination. When you conquer your imagination, you will be able to use all this for a greater purpose. And that greater purpose is magic. For instance, I'll show you this sigil. Can you hold this sigil in your mind? This sigil has to be in your mind for the next 5 minutes and nothing else. 99% of you are not able to do this. And when you are able to do this, you as an individual are able to focus all of your energy and make this symbol alive. A lot of people will say, well, that's sort of like chaos magic. Chaos magic works by infusing, whatever, I'm not going to write it. It works on infusing basically sigils, but the chaos magic always draws from something else because something else has been here before chaos magic. Therefore, this is the original chaos magic. Not a fan of chaos magic, it's just a bunch of neo-magician bullcrap. This video, these are the only things that I'm going to cover, but this is what you need to focus on. You need to learn how to meditate, because if you are able to keep your mind clean, then you are able to move on to the next step, contemplation, and that is thinking of things that happen throughout the day, envisioning yourself getting out from bed and walking. This will all reinforce your visualization. But for this to actually happen, there has to be dedication for these two here. If you cannot dedicate yourself to contemplation and meditation, well, medication as well, you know how it is, visualization will be very hard. Because when you can visualize your day, when you can visualize certain things, but hold a strong energy focus on this contemplation. And the way that happens is by learning how not to hold any symbol in your head through meditation. I know it's confusing, but stay with me. So after all this, you are able to go down to your imagination, and in your imagination is a nation. And in this nation, there are many beings and spirits that are able to interact with you. But you cannot hold this imagination without knowing visualization, without having any dedication to contemplation and meditation. So this is going to be your tree of life, per se. You have to work your way down. You are able to operate it in your imagination, you will start encountering beings. For instance, for me, I have encountered many spiritual sheikhs that have taught me over the years, and I think the best way to be able to hold your concentration is obviously through contemplation, meditation, and your dedication to those things, because once these images start forming in your mind, your imagination can go rampant. And one day, one minute you're seeing this, the other minute you're seeing some kind of a car you saw earlier that doesn't have nothing to do with the sheikh speaking to you. So, at the end of the day, we don't need this image. We need ourselves to be able to have the dedication to focus on this only, so that your mind does not go rampant. And that's why controlling your right side of the mind is very important. If you are one of the people who likes crystals, I highly recommend that you work with amethyst, especially in this stage of learning how to hold your imagination. Amethyst really focuses on aiding your third eye and helping you focus when you are in states of meditation and in sleep. I highly recommend that you have it near you during your studies or when you are meditating or sleeping. Again, I hope this helps. This will be our very first video of our introduction to Islamic mysticism, occultism, and Arabic magic. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting.
Holy fuck, I thought I was tripping balls. What the fuck?
Yo, you mean these
There's
roaches
an
can
herb
play
that
music?
can eat and devour witchcraft that is sent towards you no matter how bad it is, just like a mushroom eats plastic. It's called Ipo-Obo. You will be thankful when people send you curses because it actually turns into something that's good for you, and it takes everything that person has away from them, leaving them.
Oh my god.
Hold up. People commenting like bleach, lemon juice, acetone. I can see how that might make this turn white, but the sun? Let's try it.
There's no way. It's working. Y'all, what?
My nails are white. I don't know if I'm more impressed by the sun or the holy.
Here's one of my favourite tricks that use rubber bands. I'm going to teach you how to do it. Take any rubber band and you're going to twist it like this. So you double the band up, so it's double the thickness, just like that. Now put this band on these two fingers, just like this. And look, you can show each side of the hand and there's nothing funny going on and it's really fair. Now take a second rubber band, you're going to put this on top, just like that. And you're going to interlock it in between each finger by putting it over and twisting, just like this. So now this black rubber band is completely trapped and it's going to be really difficult to get off. Now look, all you do is this. You're going to close your hand and make a fist. And you go 3, 2, 1. And look, you'll see impossibly, it's now jumped to this side of the hand. And look, you can take off both rubber bands and you can give these to someone and they can examine them right away and they'll see they're just normal rubber bands. Now to do this, it's really simple. It's pretty much self-working. Start off with one rubber band and you're going to put that around your wrist just like this. Take the second one and you twist it and you really do just double it up. Now put this on these two fingers, take the second rubber band and you're going to wrap it around just like I've shown you over each and every finger so it looks like this one can't come off. But what you're going to do from the back is different. It looks like this. When you're holding it just like that, you're going to come up with your finger and grab it and just pull that down. Now with this hand, all you do is tuck in all 4 of those fingers. So from the front, they don't see this. You count down 3, 2, 1. As soon as you open your hand, it's completely self-working. And you'll see, look, it jumps over to this side. Now, if you thought that was cool and you want to keep learning more tricks, all you got to do is hit follow.
Oh, that's interesting, man. Oh my god.
This is what lavender chocolate looks like when it's bloomed. You can see the small circles there. That's the focal points for where the bloom started. It makes it much easier to chop.
Oh yeah, bloomed. So easy. Wow.
That's because cocoa butter sets up in between each of the particles and it makes it much easier to separate. We've broken down the chocolate blocks into smaller cubes like this so we can put it into the melter and it will melt more steadily. After about a day, this is what it looks like. We've turned on the machine here. You can see the chocolate is a little bit thick. It might not be too thick. Let's check. The check is when we drop the funnel here, does it overflow? And you can see the chocolate is just starting to overflow. This is because we have so much lavender flour in the chocolate itself that it's absorbing moisture. Our solution here is to add cocoa butter. This cocoa butter is going to circulate and incorporate. At first it doesn't really like to mix in, it doesn't like to blend, and you can see that the waterfall, or rather the chocolate fall, starts to lose tension because it's not, the wheel isn't scraping off as much cocoa butter with all of the extra butter there. Let's take a quick zoom in on that portion and you can see that it just starts spinning and spinning and spinning, but it's not thick enough to catch. As the cocoa butter incorporates with the rest of the chocolate, it will thicken up again, and slowly but surely the chocolate will start to run off the spout until it looks like this. Now it's ready to form. That's how it's done.
Oh, that's a delicious sight, man. Oh my god, interesting.
I can say this. That is definitely one big Bigfoot tree knock. Let us know what you think about this footage.
Oh my god, what is that?
I never knew this was possible. Did you know this? Watch, apparently you can take grapes and grow them just like this, and I never even imagined this to be possible, but I guess it makes sense. If they fall into the ground, maybe they would eventually kind of grow like this. But again, at the same time, with all the weird stuff on the internet, I don't know if this is real. We're gonna have to try this. I guess they're putting some aloe vera in there in the water, and then a toothpick and just hanging them up, and then you leave it in there for, I don't know, maybe a couple days. Guys, I can't understand if this is real or not. And if it is, this is very cool. Because actually, I found another similar one I want to show you guys, but I just want to double check to see if this is real or not, if this is just some kind of Hollywood magic. Because if this is how you can grow grape plants or grapevines, this is pretty cool. That means a lot of you guys in the next couple days will be trying this. Hopefully this works. I'm not 100% sure because I just found it and I was like mind blown that you can even do this. So maybe try this. Let me know if this works. That'd be amazing. Hopefully it's not fake. I don't know.
Oh, no, that's very interesting. What? Oh my god.
We are here at what is called the Abyss, and this is a fault crack from an earthquake. And so the world is kind of cut right in half right here. I'm on one side and Brad's on the other. And Piper's with me.
If you're sitting on the beach and you saw the tide is coming in and out, that's not what it's doing. What's actually happening is the tidal bulge of the ocean is there fixed in space with respect to the moon. Okay? And Earth is spinning inside of that tidal bulge. So what's happening is you are turning into the high tide and coming out of the high tide. The tide is not coming towards you or back away from you. But it's described that way because that's what it looks like.
What do you think?
All right, my dad is staring at a tree, so let's see what he's looking at. Oh. What is that?
Oh, animals are very beautiful, man. You see? Oh, this guy, someone's father understands that and is just out there being amazed at how wonderful animals are. Look at this, very interesting. Oh my God. I really love this, man. Much love to these animals and the creator, and to you who are watching. Share love all over out there. These animals is like they're acrobats. And they're giving a good show. You can think they are being watched. No, man. This is how the universe just is. Beautiful. Just like you watching me. Much love to you.
Step 1. Freeze your eggs until rock solid like this. Then we're going to dip it in some water to make it easy to peel. Peel off the shell, dry with a paper towel, and then roll in some flour to cover, and then dip in some tempura batter, and then we're going to fry it at 160 degrees Celsius, that's 320 degrees Fahrenheit, for 7 minutes. Don't touch it for the first 1 to 2 minutes, otherwise they self-destruct. Now once they're cooked, they're going to look just like this, nice delicious jammy interior egg. And now to serve it, we're going to put it on some rice with some wasabi and a little bit of teriyaki sauce on top, and finish it off with some chives. Delicious tempura fried eggs with teriyaki sauce. Enjoy.
Oh, and those ingredients, I only know eggs, but
Alright,
much
story
love.
time, y'all. I need help. I need to know if I met a witch, a spirit, a demon, a crazy person, something. Y'all just help me. So it's around 7, 8 o'clock, and I pull up at this gas station after work, right? A gas station I always go to. I see a homeless person sitting like 6 feet from the door when you walk into the gas station. She was giving very bohemian vibes, like Erykah Badu vibes, real earthy. She had the locks, she had the shells in her locks, she had like these icy blue gray eyes, chocolate, beautiful fucking skin, and she was much older too. She actually looked a lot like the actress Cicely Tyson. If you don't know who that is, Google her, come back. So I get out of the car to go get some gas. As soon as I get out of the car, she looked at me and raised her eyebrows and started smiling. So I start to walk over to her because I was about to like go give her a couple dollars. Her presence just felt so warm and inviting and familiar. So I get closer to her and I walk over to say hi, and she says, "The same beautiful tune every time you get on stage, just a different instrument." Fucking what? I said, huh? Excuse me, ma'am? She said, "As soon as you get the song right, you'll finally be able to walk off stage." So I just walked off in confusion, and I was just like, "Okay, ma'am, I'm gonna go ahead and go in this store and grab you something, all right?" She said, "Okay, yeah, that'll be much appreciated. Anything's fine." So I grab her some food, some fruit, snacks, and money, and I put like $10 in the bag, and I bring it out to her. She was super grateful, and she was smiling and happy, and she started eating the food, and I said, "Okay, ma'am, you have a good day." So I was trying to walk away. Right before I tried to walk away, she said, wait. Can you sign your name right here for me?" And she had this old-ass little writing notebook that looked like it was 100 years old with brown tattered paper and falling apart and shit. And she was like, "You mind writing your name right here?" She said, "Yeah, baby, just your autograph right here." So I said, "Yeah, sure." Didn't think nothing of it. And I signed my first name and I put my last initial. So she took it and she was just like, she looked at it for a minute. She was like, "No, that's not it. Your other name." And I was like, "Ma'am, who do you think I am? Like, who do you, like, I'm not a celebrity, I'm a nobody. Like, who do you think, like, I think you got the wrong person." Because I thought she just wanted me to, like, just show, she was just showing gratitude and wanted me to sign her name. I don't know, something crazy people do, I don't fucking know. But I was just like, who do you think I am? She was like, "No, just sign your other name. You know which name I'm talking about." I was like, what? So I take the booklet and I sign my stage name, the name I go by. So I put Shamar Elian, and I underlined it, and I gave it back to her. And she looked at it, she was like, yeah, that's it. She was like, thank you, baby, for being so kind. You'll be okay. So I pump my gas and I go back and sit in the car, and I'm just looking at this lady for like 10 minutes because I'm so like weirded out by what the fuck just happened. I'm feeling weird and shit, right? Because I'm really trying to figure it out if she stops anybody else or if anybody else stops her, right? So I'm looking and nobody else is even acknowledging her. She's not acknowledging anyone else. And I know this shit sound crazy. I know this shit sounds stupid, but bro, like, it's like she wasn't even like she was sitting there for me. I know this shit sound crazy, but I put this shit on everything. I wanted to ask the person at the other pump, like, hey, do you see that lady? But I didn't want to sound crazy. I didn't want to look stupid. Like, yeah, duh, I see that lady. Or I was low-key kind of scared he would have said, no, what lady? And then I really would have freaked the fuck out. So eventually I pulled off or whatever, but I've been thinking about this shit ever since. And y'all know I'm not religious. I'm not Christian. I've never really had a paranormal activity. I'm not trying to fish. I just want to know if I just met a crazy person or that just really wanted me to write my name in some shit, or did I meet a fucking witch, spirit, demon, angel, ghost, and I don't know. Somebody just fucking help me out, because I've been thinking about this shit ever since.
Well, this is my fancy firewood maker, and what I'm doing is I'm taking this block of firewood and I'm just making it a bit fancier. Now, if it's a seeds, it won't just be a fancy piece of firewood, it'll be a bowl. This is how bowls have been turned for centuries on a reciprocating lathe, from the Vikings to modern time, using tools very similar to what I have here. And you put a piece of wood on the lathe like this, and then you just start whittling it away.
What's it look like in the end? Do you have an example?
Actually, I do.
How are you? Good, how are you doing? Doing good, good to see you.
Here's one of my handled bowls.
When he brought it out and pulled it out of the box, it was a stunned silence at first.
It was prepared mummy. The size of this humanoid was 168 centimeters. It's practically my size, a little bit shorter. So it means that this was a person who was walking as we do, who was able to move hands as we have, with long legs. So proportion of the body was very similar to ours.